This week on the Literally Victorian podcast, we go inside the Victorian dinner table. Hello, my name is Matthew and I am glad to be with you once again, and I hope you are all doing very well indeed. In the 19th century, eating was no simple act. For the wealthy, it was performance, a ritual of etiquette, order and respectability. The middle classes dined by the clock, breakfast at 8, luncheon at 1, dinner precisely at 7. A meal was not just nourishment, but moral expression. In a proper Victorian home, the dining room was the stage, mahogany table polished to a mirror sheen, silverware aligned, crystal gleaming beneath the flicker of gaslight. Servants hovered silently. Conversation was polite, measured, and never, ever about bodily functions or appetite. To be seen enjoying one's food too eagerly was to appear animal. Refinement, even in hunger, was everything. And then there was Mrs. Isabella Beeton, the matriarch of middle-class domestic order. Her 1861 book of household management told women exactly how to serve, host, and feed a family economically, fashionably, and respectably. In Victorian Britain, the home was a factory of morality, and the dinner table was its assembly line. For those with means, Victorian dining was a spectacle of abundance. A grand dinner might begin with turtle soup or clear consommé, followed by fish, perhaps salmon or turbot, then roasted game, beef or mutton. There would be vegetables, sauces, puddings, and a parade of jellies that trembled like ghosts on porcelain plates. No course was complete without decoration. Peacocks served with their feathers reattached, hams glazed like amber, pies crowned with pastry sculptures. French cuisine reigned supreme, the mark of sophistication, and a good household cook was expected to master the art of aspic, pâté, and soufflé. Sugar, once rare and costly, became a sign of empire and industry. Refined in British mills, imported from the Caribbean, it sweetened everything from cakes to chutneys. Tea and sugar were the twin pillars of Victorian comfort, domestic proof of global dominion. And on the sideboard, the drinks of refinement, Madeira, sherry, port. Wines from France, brandy from the continent, and after dinner, perhaps a glass of punch, sweet and lethal. But beneath all this splendour lay a nervous conscience. The Victorians believed food revealed character. To eat well, but not greedily, was civilised. To indulge too much was sinful. And so, amid the mounting of puddings and pastry, there was always restraint, or at least the illusion of it. Yet step beyond the polished doors of Mayfair and the scent of luxury turns sour. In the slums of industrial cities, the poor dined on pheasant and port, but on scraps and steam. Bread, dripping, and tea were the staples. Potatoes, when they could be afforded. A thin stew, if one had a bone to boil. Street vendors became the lifeblood of the working class. Baked potatoes, hot pies, pickled eels, whelks and oysters, the cheap, plentiful shellfish of the Thames. Children gnawed on penny buns or cold-boiled turnips. And when money ran out, as it often did, there was gruel, a watery porridge that became the symbol of Victorian misery. "Please, sir, I want some more," Dickens's Oliver begged, and with that line he captured the hunger of a nation. The Industrial Revolution promised prosperity, but for the poor it also brought poison. With food mass-produced and unregulated, adulteration was rampant. Chalk was mixed into flour. Red lead gave sweets their cheerful colour. Copper salts made pickles greener. Milk was watered down, sometimes with water drawn straight from the gutter. Even a respectable working family could be poisoned by its daily bread. And in the workhouses, the state-run institutions for the destitute, rations were meagre and monotonous, designed not to comfort but to discipline. Victorian charity, after all, had a moral clause. One must earn one's supper. If food revealed one's class, drink revealed one's soul. Tea became the moral beverage of Britain, respectable, domestic and safe. Boiled water meant fewer diseases, and the ritual of tea drinking gave the poor a rare moment of civility. In cramped kitchens and factory break rooms, the kettle was king. But not all Victorian thirsts were so innocent. Gin, once the ruin of Georgian London, still haunted the lower classes, though now it fought against the rising tide of temperance. Societies formed to promote sobriety. Sermons rallied against demon drink. Beer, meanwhile, was defended as a wholesome liquid bread. For the working man, a pint was cheaper than milk and cleaner than the city's water. Public houses multiplied, offering warmth, company, and escape from the choking smog of industry. For the upper classes, alcohol remained a mark of refinement. Port after dinner, brandy in the library, champagne at the ball. Drunkenness was vulgar, but intoxication, properly managed, was perfectly acceptable. The Victorian age was not just one of moral contradiction, it was an era of astonishing culinary innovation. The railways carried fresh fish inland before it spoiled. Canning and bottling preserved fruit, meat and milk. Ice houses and later refrigeration allowed the rich to enjoy frozen desserts and chilled drinks. Recipes travelled the empire. Curry, chutney and kedgeree entered British kitchens, mingling empire with appetite. And as department stores and grocers expanded, so too did the first convenience foods: tinned soup, condensed milk, biscuits and factory-made sweets. Cookbooks multiplied, and literacy among women meant that recipes spread faster than ever before. For the first time, a rising middle class could dine like aristocrats, or at least pretend to. To the Victorians, eating was always moral business. Gluttony was condemned, yet the pursuit of comfort was encouraged. Food was not just nourishment, it was virtue made visible. Charity dinners were held to feed the poor, but often as public theatre, the rich feeding the hungry to display their righteousness. Temperance activists saw alcohol as the root of poverty. Reformers campaigned for pure food acts, while cooks and servants were judged as much by their manners as by their skills. At every level of society, the table was a battleground between appetite and respectability. The Victorians, with their fascination for order and control, even turned digestion into a moral issue. Indigestion, doctors warned, could be caused by improper emotions or impure thoughts. One must dine and think correctly. By the end of Queen Victoria's reign, Britain had become the world's pantry, importing, refining and consuming on a scale never seen before. Food had become identity: roast beef for the proud Englishman, tea for the moral homemaker, bread for the working poor. And though the empire has faded, its appetite lingers. The Sunday roast, the jam pudding, the comforting cup of tea, all ghosts of a time when food defined who you were and how you were judged. So perhaps the truest taste of the Victorian era is not a flavour at all, but a contradiction. Hunger and excess, morality and indulgence, all served on the same plate. From the workhouse spoon to the silver service, the Victorians built a nation's conscience around the dinner table. In their hunger, they revealed their fears, and in their feasts, they revealed themselves. Thank you very much for joining me this time on the Literally Victorian podcast. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. So until next time, have a good week, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.